Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show for this thirsty Thursday, October 12th, 2023, coming live from the palatial, not a state, from my black trolley, the Nissan Pathfinder, while my daughter, again, like last week, is in dance class, and I'm hanging out here. The other parents are chilling in their cars. I figured I'd do a sports show, give all my Week 6 NFL predictions, baseball playoff talk, basketball, hockey getting underway, so that's coming up fast and furious, the new seasons. And, of course, college football. Penn State's still undefeated. They get to play. So they should beat pretty soundly against UMass at home in State College in Happy Valley, I think at 3:30 this Saturday. So that'll be exciting. Tonight, of course, is the big Game 4. Phillies, Braves. Phillies win. They're up 2-1 over the Braves. Best of 5. Whoever wins 3 games first wins the series. They win. They win in 4 games for the second year in a row against the heavily favored Atlanta Braves, who won their division title the last 2 years over the Phillies. They get to knock them off in front of their home fans, where it's electric. The crowd is raucous. If you want to get there, I think the cheapest ticket is like $300 for stand room only, but the crowd is electric. They said when a big home runs hit, like the other night when they had the nerve, that player on the Atlanta Braves, and it got leaked out. He was blaming everyone. He said, "Attaboy, Bryce Harper," when he tagged up and got doubled off to lose Game 2 when they blew the 4-0 lead. That got leaked out, and Bryce Harper took it personally, where they were in the Deion Sanders primetime Colorado college football hoodies and everything and shirts, and he crushed 2 home runs, and then he stared down. It was like Allen Iverson when he walked over Tyronn Lue in Game 1 of the 2001 NBA Finals when the Sixers upset the Lakers in Game 1, but ended up losing the series, and Bryce Harper launched 2 home runs. So did Nick Castellanos, so saying Trey Turner. They tied a franchise record with 6 home runs yesterday, most home runs in a single playoff game for the Phillies. They won 10-2, but now they have to win tonight against the Atlanta Braves ace, Spencer Strider. People are joking because he got caught on camera saying before he liked it during the COVID times with baseball when there was no fans in the stands. He doesn't like it to be too loud and noisy. So the Philly fans, they're going to be raucous anyway, trying to clinch and celebrate on that home field. And they're going to be saying, they even held a sign up at the last night, "Get your sleep in, Mr. Strider, because we're going to be super loud. We're going to be much louder than this tomorrow night." So the crowd's going to be electric. If they take an early lead, I think it's game over. If the Atlanta Braves can get an early lead, they can get some of that momentum back, and you don't want to have to go back to Atlanta for a winner-take-all, do-or-die Game 5 on Saturday night. So you want to end it tonight. All the other division series are over, so it's prime time. The only baseball game of the night, 8:07 on TBS. Phillies, Ranger Suarez again, who pitched pretty well. They pulled him early, the other in Game 1, but they still won that game. Ranger Suarez versus Spencer Strider, 8:07 from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. I think the Phillies are going to win it tonight. I think that's their best chance because I wouldn't want to put it to a Game 5 in Atlanta, but I think the Phillies win tonight. I'm going to go with 7-2 Phillies over the Braves, and I think they'll knock off the Braves to win the series in 4 games. The NLDS go to the NLCS. They'll actually have home field advantage in the NLCS because the Dodgers got knocked out in the first round in the NLDS for the 2nd year in a row. They've had, in the last 4 full seasons they've had, besides the 2020 COVID-shortened 60-game season when they won the World Series. And to me, that's still a legit World Series. I know people say, it was a shortened season, but they still had to go through a whole playoff series and an extra round of playoffs. Everyone had to play the wild card series, no buys that year. No series bye weeks off or anything. But the Dodgers in 2019, 2021, 2022, 2023 won over 100 games, were division champions year after year, and now the last 2 years NLCS they lost to the Braves, who got revenge on them in 2021 after coming back from 3-1 deficit in 2020 to win that World Series. The Dodgers, they're in their 32-year World Series drought, but then the last 2 years have been really bad. Having a great regular season last year, and the Padres knocked them out in 4 games, their division rivals. And now this year, another division rival, a young up-and-coming team, the Arizona Diamondbacks, knocked off the Brewers 2-0 in a sweep to get to the NLCS, and then knocked out the Dodgers 3-zip. They knocked out the Dodgers last night. It was 4-2 the last game of the series. Won in Arizona, clinched their home field, got to celebrate in the pool at the stadium, so that was exciting. Clayton Kershaw pitched terrible in Game 1. Diamondbacks just lit up the Dodgers pitching, and the Diamondbacks offense was top notch. They hit 4 home runs in an inning. I think that's the first time that ever happened in a playoff baseball game in the 3rd inning, and it was lights out. So Dodgers get knocked out of the playoffs early. We'll see if Dave Roberts, it might cost him his job. He's a World Series champion, been a great job with the Dodgers, but they spend a lot of money. Maybe we'll convince them to spend more money to get Shohei Ohtani in free agency, but they again fall short and get knocked out early. Sweep in the NLDS, don't win a playoff game. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, their star players, struggled mightily in this playoff series in the sweep. So the Phillies win. The Phillies would have home field advantage because they had the highest level, the highest seed in the wild card. So it'd be Diamondbacks at Phillies in best of 7. Whoever wins 4 games in that series, and the Phillies would have home field advantage. And they play great in their home ballpark with how crazy and how excited the fans are. If the Phillies get there, I would think the Phillies can knock off the Diamondbacks in 5 games, and we'll go to the World Series the second year in a row. Then it's the Battle of Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Either way, one of the Texas teams is going to the World Series. The Houston Astros, 7th straight season, going to at least the ALCS, the American League Championship Series, and the Texas Rangers been horrible year after year. Bruce Bochy out of retirement after winning 3 World Series titles with the San Francisco Giants after great years with the Padres. And the Texas Rangers, even with Jacob deGrom being out for pretty much the whole season, and Max Scherzer, who knows if he'll be able to pitch in this postseason, he's been banged up. Texas Rangers offense just crushes the ball with Corey Seager and Marcus Semien and all those guys. Just such big time power hitters, and they're young power hitters. They have offense galore, and they knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays 2-0 in the wild card series, all games in Tampa, and then they crushed the Baltimore Orioles, who they're young and inexperienced, but they'll learn, and the sky's the limit for the Orioles. They had a great season, over 100 regular season wins, but they knocked them out 3-0, even being the team without home field advantage. The Texas Rangers crushed the Baltimore Orioles. So it's going to be Texas Rangers versus Houston Astros. You would think history would say the Astros have the advantage after they just knocked off the Twins in 4 games last night. They won 3-2 last night. Go to the ALCS, and could be a rematch of Phillies-Astros. Phillies looking for revenge, blown that 2-1 series lead, lost last 3 games for the Astros, won World Series last year, and supposedly a non-cheating World Series, quote-unquote, who knows. But I'm going to actually would think the Texas Rangers will continue to crush the ball and beat the Astros in 7 games, and then I think it'll be Texas Rangers versus Philadelphia Phillies. That'd be a heck of a series. I would think the Phillies would win that in 6 games if I had to pick from there, and the Phillies win the World Series and redeem themselves. Texas Rangers have never won the World Series. They lost it in 2010 to the San Francisco Giants and Bruce Bochy. In 2011, when it looked like they were going to win against St. Louis Cardinals, blew it in Game 6. The David Freese big hit and over Nelson Cruz's head in the outfield. Probably shouldn't have been playing outfield, and they came back to win Game 7 in the 2011 World Series. So they've been to 2 World Series, never won the World Series, the Texas Rangers. And the Phillies, of course, I haven't won the World Series in 15 years, since 2008 when I graduated college, and they came really close last year. They lost in 2009 to the Yankees in the World Series. Last time the Yankees have been in the World Series, that's 14 years ago. And then last year, it made that magical run to the World Series, and I think they're going to do it again this year. And this year, I think they'll finish the job, and I would love to see Bryce Harper finally win a World Series title, being World Series MVP. He was the NLCS MVP last year. He hit the big home run off the Padres at home in Citizens Park in Philly. Went crazy when he hit that big go-ahead home run late in that game, in Game 5 to send them to the World Series. And love the call from Joe Davis on Fox. He'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. Maybe he'll hit another one in the World Series, but he definitely took it personally, and he smacked around the Braves the other night. So I would still go with Phillies to beat the Texas Rangers now in the World Series in 6 games. Not my original pick, Phillies of the Orioles. The Orioles got knocked out. But Phillies have to take care of business tonight, and I think they will 7-2 over the Braves to go to the playoffs. As I said, basketball, preseason basketball games getting ready. I think Tuesday, October 24th is the start of the NBA regular season. And the NHL hockey season started off with a triple header on Tuesday night. And our Pittsburgh Penguins, they blew a 2-0 lead late in that game. The Chicago Blackhawks with their young star Bedard came back and had an assist. He had some shots on goal, the top draft pick. Everyone compares him to Sidney Crosby. Got to face his childhood idol, Sidney Crosby. And Crosby, Letang, and Malkin, 18 straight seasons being teammates, more than the core forward Jeter and Rivera and Posada back in the day. So what a legendary run, but they blew that lead in opening night. I think Penguins play Washington Capitals next. So NHL games, excited to have NHL back. Vegas Golden Knights raised their championship banner, and they won their first game of the season against Seattle Kraken, I think 4-1 on Tuesday night. So hockey's back. Baby Penguins. Home opener is next Saturday, October 21st at 6 p.m. at Mohegan Sun Arena at KC Plaza. So check out Baby Penguins. Hockey's back. Basketball preseason's back, and NBA regular season game will be starting soon. Hockey regular season's already started. College football, as I said, Penn State undefeated. They'll continue to roll. They'll crush UMass this week at home in Happy Valley. Notre Dame had a crushing loss to Louisville last week after they were doing so well. They also heartbreak Ohio State, had 1 big games against Duke and a bunch of other schools, and now they play USC soon. But Notre Dame still has a lot to play for, but good chance their playoff title hopes, especially when it's only 4 teams. Next year will start with the 12-team playoffs, and they still have some hopes for the playoffs. It looks like their playoff dreams are crushed after losing to Louisville last week. So that's college football talk, basketball, hockey, and now let's get into it. Week 6 in the NFL schedule, and again, watch the Jason Kelsey documentary on Amazon Prime. Great stuff there. And let's get into it. Thursday Night Football tonight. October 12th, Amazon Prime on 8:15. The Broncos, who stink, 1-4. My Jets came back to crush them. I love that. And they got revenge. Nathaniel Hackett got revenge at the Broncos, and Sean Payton talked so much trash, and Russell Wilson's been struggling. The defense stinks for the Broncos. They play the Chiefs tough. It's an AFC West Division rivalry. They play at Kansas City tonight, who are 4-1 after losing their first game of the season to the Detroit Lions in a close 1-point game without Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones. But since then, the Chiefs, it's not always looked great, but the Chiefs have gone and done week after week. They beat the Vikings in a close game last week. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Broncos play them close for a little bit, but the Chiefs pull away at the end. It's closer than usually it looks, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs against a stinky Broncos team. We're about to start 1-5, and the heat's going to be on for Sean Payton and Russell Wilson for stinging up the joint after all the trash talk they had with Nathaniel Hackett's poor job last year. And it's not all his fault, as you see. The Chiefs will improve to 5-1. Broncos will move to 1-5. Chiefs over the Broncos 27-17 tonight. Then on my wife's birthday, happy birthday, Sugar. I love you all in my heart. And we always joke you'll be 29 years old forever and always. I'll be an old man. You'll just get more and more beautiful each and every year, each and every birthday. So Sunday, October 15th, this Sunday for my beautiful wife's birthday. They have another morning game, 9:30 in the morning, NFL Network from Germany. The Jaguars won their last two games when they was in England and knocked off the Falcons and upset the Bills last week. This one's in Germany. Baltimore Ravens 3-2 lost, made a lot of mistakes, a lot of drop passes, a lot of costly mistakes in the rival Steelers came back to beat them in the second half last week, much to my wife's pleasure. It was exciting to see her Steelers beat their rival Ravens. Ravens at the Tennessee Titans were 2-3. I think the Ravens bounced back. They beat the Titans. Titans will play them hard, but I think in the end, unless Derrick Henry runs wild and just destroys the Ravens defense. Ravens defense is pretty solid. Mike Vrabel's defense will try to do the best they can, but I think in the end, Lamar Jackson, the offense too much. Ravens, I'm going to go with over the Titans. I'll go with 23-13. I'll go with 23-13. Ravens over the Titans to improve to 4-2. Then there's 7 early 1 p.m. games. Washington, who sorrowfully are 2-0, they've lost 3 in a row. They're 2-3 at the Atlanta Falcons on CBS, who are 3-2. Surprise, the Falcons playing pretty well. Their young quarterback Desmond Ridder. I'm going to go with the Falcons at home to win this game, but I think the Washington's really tanking and falling apart. Sam Howell's been struggling lately. The whole team's been struggling. Who knows? Ron Rivera might be on the hot seat soon with that new ownership group with Magic Johnson, and the 76ers owner Harris is now in charge of Washington. They might rename them another name even. They might not be the Commanders anymore after they were, what their previous name was for almost a century, and then they were the Washington football team, now the Commanders. But Washington's going to continue to struggle. Falcons win a close one. It'll be ugly, but I'll go with 16-10. They win by 6 points. Falcons over Washington. Falcons surprisingly 4-2. Then 1 o'clock on Fox. The Bears finally won a game last Thursday night. They won 40-20 over Washington Commanders, and they won in honor of the great late Dick Butkus, the legendary linebacker, crushing offensive players for years and years. Passed away. He was in his early 80s. Then he was even in the show Hang Time as a basketball coach when I was a kid in the 90s. With Anthony Anderson, all those funny people in that show on NBC mornings, like with Saved by the Bell and stuff. Bears finally got a win, but still have been struggling. But hey, DJ Moore had a big game offensively, receiving, got big plays. Him and Justin Fields, they have a lot of talent. But the Vikings here, they lost Justin Jefferson. He's gonna be out for a while, I think, on the IR, at least missing for 4 games. I still think the Vikings are gonna go on the road and beat the Bears. I think the Bears are gonna play them tough. But I think the Vikings win on a late field goal, 23-20. Kirk Cousins and their offense, they've been struggling, and they only have 1 win this year. But I think they'll do enough to beat a bad Bears team. They'll win 23-20 on the road in Chicago. Vikings win, 1 o'clock on Fox. Then the Seahawks, who've been playing pretty well with Geno Smith and company, crushed the Giants the week before Monday Night Football. They had a bye week last week. They will play at the 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals, who've been struggling in their own right with Joe Burrow and company, and that's going to be 1 o'clock on CBS. I think the Bengals will bounce back. Joe Burrow's calf injury is starting to heal up, and I think that offense will start to click. I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are a tough team. You don't want to underestimate them. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I'll go with 26-16. They win by 10 points at home over the Seahawks. Bengals even up their record 3-3. Then 1 o'clock on Fox, I think the only 2 undefeated teams are the 49ers and the Eagles, who are both 5-0 and will play each other late in the year. 2 prohibitive favorites to face each other in the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl this year. 49ers 5-0 at the Cleveland Browns. We don't know, as the time of this taping, if Deshaun Watson can play. He's been banged up and injured, and he's been inconsistent when he has played. They're on the road, West Coast versus an East Coast team. That's not always the easiest. 1 o'clock on Fox. Still think the 49ers will roll against a pretty mediocre to bad Cleveland Browns team. Brock Purdy is still not lost a regular season game since he's been healthy. The only game they lost was the playoff game, the championship game, NFC championship game to go to the Super Bowl last year when all their quarterbacks got hurt. But Christian McCaffrey's been scoring like crazy. Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, and all the offensive star players and the defensive star players with Bosa. 49ers are going to crush the Browns. I'm going to go with 45. I was almost going to say 49ers, 49 points. 45-10. They crushed them by 5 touchdowns and win bigly over the Cleveland Browns. Then improve to 6-0, stay undefeated. 72 Dolphins, still worried with the 49ers and Eagles still undefeated. Trying to still be the last undefeated team for the whole season. Saints at Texans. Saints crushed the New England Patriots, so I take great glee as a Jets fan who's suffered year after year, including this year with the Patriots kicking the Jets' butt. Patriots are 1-4, only wins in the rain against the Jets with a competent quarterback. The Jets should have beaten them. But Saints, surprisingly, on the road, crushed the Patriots last week. Saints at the Texans on Fox. I'm going to actually go with the Texans at home here. I can go either way, but I like their young quarterback. I think D'Amico Ryan, their young coach for the Texans, is doing a solid job. I'm going to go say the Texans win a close game. It's going to be ugly, but I'm going to go with the Texans 23-22. They win by 1 point over the Saints, 1 o'clock on Fox. Then Colts at Jaguars on CBS, 1 o'clock. Jaguars 3-2. They won their 2 games in a row in London against the Falcons and a big upset against the Bills last week, 25-20. My buddy Dan Torb will probably be in attendance in Florida and then go to Disney as he does. I'm going to go with the Colts. Unfortunately, their star young quarterback Anthony Richardson, who's shown a lot of promise. He's hurt again with a shoulder injury. Could be out for a while. Gardner Minshew does decent. Going to face his former team, the Jaguars, and he has the Fu Manchu goatee and everything. I like watching him play. Wish he was on the Jets right now with some of their struggles, even though Zach Wilson is playing a little bit better of late. Fingers crossed, maybe Aaron Rodgers will come back before the season's over. He says he will. Just 3 months after injury. Who knows with the Achilles blown out. I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence and Doug Pearson, that Jaguars offense is going to continue to click. It's going to be a close battle, AFC South battle with the Colts, but I think the Jaguars pull away at the end. I'm going to go with 34-20. They win by 2 touchdowns. Jaguars over the Colts, and they improve to 4-2, Jacksonville. The last of the early 1 o'clock games. The Panthers, who are still winless, I think the only winless team in the NFL, at the Miami Dolphins, 1 o'clock in CS. Dolphins are 4-1. They're about to be 5-1. They're going to destroy the Panthers. I'd be shocked if this. Tua stays healthy with Tyreek Hill. They just got Chase Claypool, who was a Steeler, and then on the Bears wasn't getting the ball enough. He got out of there to the Dolphins. They got Waddle. All the star offense players. Their running back is banged up, but the Dolphins have a pretty decent backup running back. So if Tua in that offense continues to click and stays healthy, Mike McDaniel's offense is a juggernaut against a winless Panthers team. They don't have a chance, the Panthers, unfortunately. Dolphins continue to roll. I'm going to go with 38-13. They crushed them by 25 points over the Panthers. The Dolphins proved to 5-1. Then for the 4 p.m. late afternoon games, the 1-4 Patriots at the Vegas Raiders, 4:05 on CBS. This could go either way. I'm actually going to go with the Raiders here. I know as part of me is like, oh, you shouldn't pick against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Raiders won a close one, 17-13 at home on Monday Night Football against the young Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Jimmy Garoppolo against his former team. Josh McDaniel, who used to be offensive coordinator for years with the Patriots. I just think the Raiders will find a way to win this game. Patriots defense is banged up. Their offense is struggling. They keep benching their quarterback, Mac Jones, and he might lose his job again to Zappe. And the team's a mess unless they get a star quarterback either at the trade deadline or the draft. Bill Belichick, he could finally be in the hot seat or maybe retire or leave because he doesn't want to be embarrassed. And they won so much with Brady, and since Brady's left, they have not won much at all and doesn't want to embarrass his juggernaut coaching brand, even though a lot of that I still think it was mostly Tom Brady's doing, as good of a defensive mind he is. I think Tom Brady was the big reason why the Patriots kept winning. Patriots, hard to believe, but I think they'll fall to 1-5. They're only winning against the Jets in the rain. I think the Raiders win a close one, but I'm going to go with 27-24 Raiders at home in Vegas, win by 3 over the Patriots, and they knot up their record at 3-3. Jimmy Garoppolo beats his former team, and so does Josh McDaniel. The Lions, who are 4-1, playing amazing at the Tampa Bay Bucks against Baker Mayfield and company, 4:25 on Fox. I'm going to go with the Lions here to go on the road in Tampa. They keep clicking on offense. They play so hard for Dan Campbell, their head coach. They'll run through a brick wall for him. Jared Goff's doing well. The Lions offense will continue to click. They'll prove to 5-1. They'll put up some points on the scoreboard. I'm going to go with the Lions 34-17. They win. They double up the Buccaneers and win by 17 points on the road in Tampa. Then the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams. Cardinals have been struggling. James Conner has been banged up, the former Steeler, and Joshua Dobbs has been playing the former Steeler. Kyler Murray might not even play at all this season. Who knows? After blowing out his knee late last season. Cardinals at LA Rams, division rivalry, NFC West rivalry. LA Rams will get healthy here. Sean McVay, the offense guru, will get the job done. Rams, who played the Eagles kind of tough last week, and the Eagles kept not scoring in the red zone, so it could have been a blowout. The Eagles could have won by a lot and lost at home that last week, the LA Rams. So the Rams, they will leave up the record 3-3. They're playing decent, not great, but decent, with their quarterback Matthew Stafford and some of their young receivers, and they got Cooper Kupp back, and he played pretty well in his first game back from injury. So if he can stay healthy, that's big. I'll go with the Rams beating the Cardinals. I'll go with 27-10. They win by 17 at home in La La Land and improve their record to 3-3. Last of the late afternoon games, my wife and I are going with the Heinzes on my wife's birthday. The undefeated 5-0 Eagles at my Jets, Jets, who are 2-3 after pulling off a miracle and beating the stinky Broncos. 4:25 on Fox. I would have loved if it was Aaron Rodgers playing this game against Jalen Hurts. It's not. The Jets defense will keep them in this game a little bit, but I think it's too much. Jalen Hurts and that, what do they call it? The push-tush. They get the 1 yard quarterback keeper in the end zone or for the first down at the goal line. Jets defense is tough. They'll keep it close. Jets even lost another one of their star offensive linemen, Tucker, to a blown out Achilles, unfortunately. He'll have to come back with rehab and everything. In the end, I'm going to say the Jets played them tough defensively, but the Jets won't do enough offensively with mediocre play by Zach Wilson, who's doing better, but it's still not great. Breece Hall's been playing great, running the ball, doing a great job. Hopefully the offensive line, even with the injuries, can still bounce back and open up holes for him. He's been lightning quick out there, and Dalvin Cook's a pretty good one-two punch. But Breece Hall, very impressive coming off the injury. He was great last week, and the Jets win. But I think the Eagles will win this game. It will be relatively low scoring. It won't be a crazy blowout. I'm going to go with 23-13. They win by 10 points over the Jets. Eagles stay undefeated at 6-0, along with the 49ers. Then Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock, 8:20 p.m. This is going to be a laugher. The 1-4 Giants only winners when they came back from 21 points against the stinky Arizona Cardinals on the road in Arizona. Otherwise, they would have gotten blown out in all 5 of their games. They're 1-4 either way. Brian Daboll and the Giants, who had a solid season last year, made the playoffs, won a playoff game over the Vikings on the road before getting blown out by the Eagles in the second round. Daniel Jones has been struggling, but it's also a lot of the offensive line can't protect him. He's running for his life. Saquon Barkley, maybe he'll be back, but he's been banged up, and he hasn't been able to stay healthy with the ankle injury. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Against a Bills team, prime time in Buffalo, Nana fans, the Bills Mafia is going to be pumped. They're going to be excited. They're going to have lots of adult beverages leading up to that game, so they're going to be very excited and rowdy, the fans. Josh Allen and the Bills are going to be mad as heck, not going to take it more because they lost that game in London against the Jaguars last week. So then there definitely will be on upset alert. If they would have won last week, maybe they would have taken this game too lightly. But the Bills, I think, are going to smack up Brian Daboll, their former offense coordinator, and a Giants team who, again, they can't protect the quarterback. The offense line's in shambles. Bills are going to destroy the Giants. I'm going to go with 38. This is not going to be pretty. 38-13. I'm going to say 25 points. Bills destroy the Giants at home in Buffalo in Orchard Park. Then the last of the Week 6 games, Monday Night Football on Monday, October 16th, 8:15 p.m. on ABC and ESPN. Cowboys 3-2 at the LA Chargers. The Cowboys got destroyed on Sunday Night Football by the 49ers. Supposed to be the game of the year. The 49ers smoked them. Dak Prescott's got to cut out the turnovers. The running game's got to do better. The defense, Micah Parsons really's got to step it up. The 49ers really just destroyed them. As some people would joke, they got punked basically by the 49ers. And the 49ers do that with a lot of teams. They might be the best team in football. But the LA Chargers could be a tough team. Austin Eckler, the star running back's back. They lost one of their key receivers, unfortunately, the Chargers. Justin Herbert, heck of a quarterback. He'll put up some points. The defense is not great for the Chargers. I think it might be a high-scoring shootout. I'm going to actually go with the Cowboys, though. Bouncing back, I would love the Chargers pull off the upset. And the Chargers at home in L.A., still going to be a lot of Cowboy fans there because they're kind of like a Yankees. They'll travel anywhere. Same thing with Steelers. Cowboys still don't like their chances to go far into the playoffs, but I still think they'll get in the playoffs. I think the Eagles will win the division again. Cowboys, I think, will beat the Chargers, bounce back, improve to 4-2, be a high-scoring shootout, but they'll win by 3. I'm going to go with 30-27. They win by 3 points, Cowboys over the LA Chargers, to wrap up Week 6 of the NFL picks. 2 teams have bye weeks. The Packers, who are in 2-3 with Jordan Love's Packers, are struggling a little bit after losing to the Raiders in a close one, 17-13 on last Monday night. They'll be off. And my wife's Steelers are 3-2, and technically have the tiebreakers. They have the division lead in the AFC North after coming back to beating the Ravens. It was ugly at first, and Kenny Pickett, he needs to clean things up, and people still are shouting, fire Matt Canada, offense coordinator. But the Steelers, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith on defense doing a great job. Hopefully Cam Haywood would be back soon on that defense. Make Minka Fitzpatrick and company, and Firemouth hopefully could be healthy because they won without him last week. He was out, and Najee Harris. Hopefully the running game could start picking up, and Kenny Pickett really needs to get the ball more downfield, especially with their star receivers like Pickens and some of the other top-notch receivers. Steelers are 3-2, first place in the AFC North. It's not look pretty, but they have the bye week and get some rest, and then it'll be a mad rush because they're 5 games in. They still have 12 games in a row they'll have to go after their bye week this week. So Packers and Steelers are off. So again, my picks this week, starting tonight, are Chiefs over the Broncos, Ravens over the Titans, Falcons over Washington, Vikings over the Bears, Bengals over the Seahawks, 49ers crush the Browns, Texans over the Saints in a close one, Jaguars over the Colts, Dolphins destroy the Panthers. Maybe they'll score 70 points again and win by 50. Who knows? Raiders crush the stinky Patriots, which is great to say, the stinky Patriots and Bill Belichick after all those years of domination. Lions crush the Bucks. LA Rams beat up the stinky Cardinals. The Eagles beat my JTS Jets, but hopefully it'll be a fun game and not pouring rain in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the game for my wife's birthday. Bills crush the Giants, and the Cowboys beat the Chargers in a close one on Monday Night Football. So those are our picks. Be there, be square, and take doom, coming the morning is not to doom, and things that nature. See, it's for cookie, that's good enough for me. Cookie, such to say. Cookie, such to say. Those are our NFL picks. We'd love to hear if you agree, disagree. We'd love to hear the baseball picks. Baseball, I still think the Phillies are going all the way. Got to beat the Braves tonight in their must-win of the Braves in home Philly, but I think they'll beat the Diamondbacks, maybe beat the Texas Rangers or rematch of the Astros. I think they against the Texas Rangers in the World Series. Hopefully the Phillies win the World Series, first time in 15 years, but big game tonight. Basketball, hockey coming back. All the college football, hopefully Penn State stays undefeated, and all the great NFL and Coach Prime. These Colorado Buffaloes are fun to watch, and all the NFL action this week, including my Jets versus Eagles, the game we're going to see on Sunday for my wife's birthday. So we'll watch those, and agree, disagree. We'd love to hear what you think of my Week 6 NFL predictions. We'll sing a song quickly to wrap up the week with my beautiful wife, Abby, my beautiful daughter, Lorelai. We've got to get her from dance class in a few minutes, and my handsome son, LJ. We'll sing a song for my wife for her birthday. We always say she's 29 years old, and she stays young and beautiful as I become an old dirty man. So I'll sing, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear sugar, happy birthday to you, and many, many more. Or as I learned in my Spanish classes, don't remember much from it besides like the colors and the alphabet. Azul's blue, and uno, dos, tres, catorce. Now that was how they did it in U2 song. They messed that up with Bono. But then Feliz cumpleaños aquí, Feliz cumpleaños aquí, Feliz cumpleaños aquí, Feliz cumpleaños aquí from mi amor. I love you, Abby, all my heart. Happy birthday. Can't wait to spend it with you in many, many more years to come, and many more great memories with our family. Hopefully a fun Eagles JTS Jets game. Hopefully not in the pouring rain on your birthday. So, love you with all my heart, Abby. Love you, Lorela. And love you, LJ. Some fun movies. The Taylor Swift concert movie comes out this week. We saw the new Paul. That's going to make a ton of money. We saw the new Paw Patrol movie with the kids last week. That was fun. The new Saw movie's out. The new Exorcist movie's out. Next week, a new Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro movie, that Flowers of the Moon or something like that. It looks like an entertaining. It looks like a heck of a movie. The actors are still on strike. Hopefully that will be resolved soon, but at least the writers' strike is over, so they can start writing shows and movies. Just need the studios and the actors to come to agreement, hopefully soon. Fingers crossed on that. And at least the late-night shows are back with Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Maher. Saturday Night Live comes back this week, new with their former castmate. Should be a funny one, Pete Davidson and Ice Spice performing. Next week will be Bad Bunny hosting and performing. So should be funny to see Pete Davidson return for the season 49 premiere of Saturday Night Live this Saturday. So enjoy the fall weather. It's getting a little cooler out there, but still nice. Middle of October, enjoy fall. It's will be a lot colder than this in the near future. We have a big scrimmage, a baseball game. My Luzerne baseball team that I'm head coach of at Hazleton, Penn State Hazleton tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So that should be fun. So come and check that out. Hopefully we'll have a good showing and we'll do well out there. And it should be a fun rest of the fall season. We play Lackawanna College up at Juggernaut. We made the Junior College World Series last year, and then we get ready for the spring season coming up after we wrap up the fall season next couple of weeks. So keep it locked to the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here on DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the football. Enjoy the return of NHL regular season hockey. Basketball coming back. all the great stuff. Playoff baseball can't beat it. Go Phillies. Hopefully they win it all. And the Texas American League Championship Series should be fun. But go Philadelphia Phillies. Get it done. Bryce Harper hopefully continues to get revenge on the Braves for talking trash to him. So keep it locked to the DJ Roscoe Sports Show, your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here on DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend. Happy birthday, my beautiful wife, Abby. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.